because we had a kit clash problem. So Tunbridge came playing blue and Braintree. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another REFSIX weekly vlog. So this month, throughout the whole of March, we are going to be working on fitness. So fitness as an AR, fitness as a referee, fitness as a fourth official. We're going to cover it all. How to warm up, how to warm down, speed sessions, recovery sessions. We've got you covered this month. So make sure you're subscribing for future content. So this week we're on the line at Tunbridge Angels, and as you'd have seen in the preview, there is a kit clash. So how we deal with that, we're going to talk about what the consequences are in the game of that and how the referee dealt with it on the day as an assistant referee, and I was assistant referee. So enough of that. Come join me on Friday for what will be something called an SAQ session, which is speed, agility and quickness session. I will see you there. So, as the sun sets on a Friday evening, we have just completed our speed session. So today we worked on both agility and acceleration. So the session was 2 exercises. 1, we sprint to the cones, go off your right foot onto your left foot, so sort of crabbing. And then when you get to the final one, you push all the way to the end and sprint. And we did that 6 times. And then, so you get to the end and jog back and sprint again. 6 times of that, followed by a 90 seconds rest, and we did that 3 times. That's 18 sprints. Then we went over here and we set up a cross. We sprinted to the cone, then went sideways to one cone, and then all the way back to the other cone, sideways again to the middle, and then sprint to the end. Jog back, do that again. We did that 5 times, 90-second rest. We did 3 sets of that. Overall, really tough session, good, but it's great for me being on the line tomorrow. Great for acceleration and power and crabbing, so everything we need to. If you would like any fitness tips of all these sessions, there's a link in our description where you can hit that, download the fitness pack for free, and then obviously enjoy the sessions. But that is now enough for me on Friday night. It's time to go out, rest and recover for Tunbridge Angels tomorrow. He's got a weekend off. Good morning, everyone. So it is 9 a.m. and I'm up and ready to go. I got up slightly earlier today because I've got to leave the house a little bit earlier. So to get all my pre-match stuff done, I'm get it in early. So the plan of the day is pre-match walk, get that done, which I'm about to do now. It's a little bit colder, so I've got to wrap up warm. Then I'm going to pack my kit bag, and the last thing I'm going to do is eat pre-match. But it should be a nice pre-match, so stay and watch that. Today we're being assessed, big day out, first line of 2023, and I've got something new for the kit bag as well, which is really nice. So shout out to the FA for that, but you'll see that in a minute. So let's get this day ready and raring to go. Catch you in a bit. Pre-match walk is done, perfect. Feel very calm and relaxed. Looking forward to the game actually. It's a little bit chilly, but nothing we can't handle. So now it's time to pack my kit bag with all the stuff. I know it looks very daunting, and if you're new to the channel, there's a lot of stuff here, but we obviously, this is, I want to say semi-pro football, so don't be too daunted by it. There's a lot of stuff, but there is just sort of the main stuff you need. But this is what I'm bringing to a National League South line, first one of 2023. Starting off nice and simple, match top, FA badge, but remember this. Match shorts, 2 pairs as always. Socks, got the Nike 2021s, 2022, whatever year this is. And the true socks, my warm-up mid-layer, as well as I've got, 2 mid-layers that look almost identical. My box of tricks with water bottle, some hydration stuff. My boots, which are the Adidas Copas. I know people comment on them being big time. Gloves, it's cold. Long sleeve Under Armour. Short leggings of Nike Pros. Short sleeve Under Armour. I bought something different today. I'm bringing recovery leggings. My legs are a little bit heavy, and these help. These are from, I think that's Chimera, an old company that I used to work with. A very nice brand. Check them out. And then wash bag and bag. Now the new thing we've got today is we've got sent these bad boys. So a new badge to put on my kit, which will go here. I don't like it going there, so I'm going to have to buy another top for this. Because I want it just to go there. So I actually could just put it over there like that. But that is the National League badge, which is really nice that we have to wear on all our games. So for today, what I'm going to have to do is double-sided sticky tape it, which I don't have, but I know the other lino does because I know him well. And that is all the kit that's going to bring this, that I'm bringing for the National League. I'm going to pack this stuff up, and then what I'm going to do is make my pre-match, which I'm sure you will all rip me for. So yeah, let's pack it up. So pre-match meal time. We've got about 15 minutes to get all this down, but what it is halloumi, mushrooms, and bagels. So we're being more adventurous when it comes to pre-match at the moment. Eating it the last thing I do before I leave the house, because I've obviously got 3.5 hours till kickoff. But it obviously has carbs, proteins in it, so it should keep me filled up for longer, as well as obviously my gels later on as well. My pre-match playlist is going to be here, and this is what I'm going to listen to before I meet the referees in about 45-minute drive away, and then we'll continue the ground together. So let's get this show on the road. So the game is done. It was good. SS are happy. I'm just munching on sweets as well. So I'm back from driving with Chris, the other lino, as well. So that was good. Hot takes. We got there really early, and I mean really early, like 1 o'clock early. But that's fine because we had a kit clash problem. So Tunbridge came playing blue, and Braintree, who it was, not Chelmsford, play in their away kit, which is like a teal with a navy blue strip, and that caused absolute carnage. So it turned out that we had to put Braintree in Farnborough's away, not Farnborough, whoever, Tunbridge Angels away kit, so it caused untold carnage, but the referee did really well to deal with it. My stats from REFSIX show that I didn't work as hard as I thought I did, so that means my recovery session tomorrow will be slightly longer. So if it was a harder day in terms of more in zones 4 and 5, I probably would have done 5. But now, because my main zones are 3 and 4, I'll probably end up doing 7, 8, 9K. So just using my stats to help me out, which is good because I don't feel like I worked that hard, and that proves it. So that's all good. Now, I look forward to talking to you guys about how the referee dealt with the game, what I thought, and what the assessor thought in my debrief throughout the week. But so far, so good. Very happy with how it went. Happy with what the assessor said. Just minor points to pick up about being on the line, but I thought the referee's man management today was great, and he was part of the reason we did so well. But for the rest of the night, it's now to chill out. I'm off to London tomorrow, and I'll catch you in a couple of days for my debrief. Back at REFSIX HQ after a few days, warmed up finally, which is nice, after a nice chilly day at Tunbridge. I'm just going to go through my match stats to start with and what I can get out of it as being an assistant referee, and then I'm going to talk about, the kit clash, what to do, how to look for it. Obviously, that's quite straightforward. As well as, how to deal with it as a referee, whose job is it, how do you come to a safe conclusion. So, stats-wise, only ran 3.71 kilometres, but the assessor said, and if we look at my stats, which backs it up a little bit, my sprint maps were good and my sprints down the line were good, and you can see I'm getting all the way down to the touch line, which is great because it means that I'm working hard when it comes to sprinting, but saving my energy when it comes to, running too much. Sometimes they say less is more. And like I said in the car, my stats were quite low in terms of heart rate. So that means that I went out and ran, I think it was 8.5 kilometres the next day to prepare for my game on Tuesday. So just sort of making sure I was in the zone and my legs were getting enough exercise and enough work. In terms of Tunbridge versus Braintree, like I said, we had to deal with the 2 kit clashes, and luckily we turned up at 1 o'clock, which is relatively early for a National League game, National League South game, and we got given this programme and we looked at it and thought, that's 2 of the same kit basically, and as you can see from the picture, Braintree's away kit is teal with this nice dark blue stripe, and Tunbridge's home kit is mainly this dark blue with a little bit of white. And if you turn them round, they're basically exactly the same on the back. So what the referee had to do, and what you need to do as referees, is remain as calm as possible. Inside you might be absolutely raging or confused, or all these sorts of emotions that will be going running through your head, but just stay as calm as you can. And what the referee in this situation did really well was speak to both teams together,
rather than separately, because otherwise you're having the same conversation more than once and people are going to get frustrated at different points. So if you can get all of that down in one, it makes things a hell of a lot easier for you as the referee. And what we had to come to the conclusion is that Braintree had to play in Tunbridge's away kit, meaning that this whole situation spills over into the game itself. Braintree a little bit more agitated, a little bit more fired up. The first couple of tackles that are going to fly, and you've got to be really on it, because at the end of the day, you know, that aggression could come out onto the pitch. So the referee was prepared for that and spoke to us as assistants and said, you know, first 10 minutes, we're going to really make sure we manage this all the way. We're not going to let them run ragged and run wild. And that's exactly what he did. For the first 15 minutes, he was on top of everything, managed every little situation, every throw in, every goal kick, every corner was all on his terms. And that's what made everything a lot easier and a lot smoother. It allowed everyone just to chill out a little bit. This is obviously very different for us being at the National League, where there is an away kit available. On the parks, it's going to be very different. So the first tip you need to be looking for is look at the players' socks from both teams and the shorts. If they're very similar, there's a chance that they're going to be quite similar up top. So be aware of that. If the kit clash is too bad, and it's the same with the keepers, you either have to put bibs on, which again is not ideal, or you can't start the game. And that is a big, bold decision, and you've got to be brave enough to say that and say, it's not going to work for me and it's not going to work for you. At the end of the day, is it going to aid the game of them playing in two similar colours? No, they're going to be passing it to each other. They're all going to be frustrated. And then with that frustration can bring potentially flashpoints in terms of mass confrontation or serious foul play, violent conduct. All of these things that can be avoided if you just say, no, we're not playing. And I know on your own it's very difficult. So if you've got somebody that you can contact, whether that be a mentor, a friend, make sure you get on the phone to them to run through your decision to make you feel more at ease, really. And there's a lot of other things that you can pick up from what we did as well, in terms of talking to the managers together at the same time, and just making it clear that you are trying to deal with it the best you can, because this isn't always your fault, and well, it's not your fault at all. So it's about being calm and collected all throughout. When you go back into the change room, you can scream and you can throw chairs at the wall, but when you're in public, in front of everyone, make sure you're nice and calm. But that's this week's vlog, nice and chilled out for us. A bit of a messed up situation, but we got through it. The game was great. And then we move on to my first middle again next week. So I'm very much looking forward to being back in the middle and changing mindsets. But thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next REFSIX weekly vlog.